The population of Los Angeles, which I think is the most diverse, and when I say the most diverse, it means that it is the most mature city in America, in the world.
Violent extremism has definitely impacted our lives. It has become a danger for all of us as Americans when we have to deal with groups like ISIL, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram.
Extremism is not power, it is weakness. It is not robust, it is disease.
Well, we started a few years ago by getting to know our community. I mean, that's the foundation, is getting to know who we are reaching out to. The whole idea is to build the foundation of trust that could lead to talking about future events and other partnership initiatives.
Really, in essence, everyone needs to come together, as we have in the past in dealing with other issues, to confront this threat.
The three areas of our focus have been prevention, intervention, and interdiction. The intervention is an area where we need work. This is an area, if you look at the gang model of Los Angeles, the war on gangs didn't work. It didn't work arresting our way. We couldn't arrest our way out of the problem. You cannot declare a war on this type of a phenomena. And so it wasn't until we realized that intervention efforts, where you talked about youth development, employment opportunities, character development, diversion programs. This is an area that is just ripe for this phenomena that we're experiencing today. To find ways to build off-ramps for people who may have it in their mind that this is what they want to do, but they haven't yet mobilized to violence.
Off-ramps is essentially an alternate path for the individuals to go down. It's the community, it's the mental health resources. It's the mentors in the community and getting them engaged with some of, in particular, oftentimes the youth, to assure that they have someone to talk to and they have someone that can try and steer them away from going down that wrong path.
In the Los Angeles County mental health system, we've found that if we're really interested in creating strong recovery, we need to do more than provide treatment. We need to find community support for all aspects of a person's life.
What we're trying to renew and what we're trying to restore is our, beautiful behavior and ethics and principles that benefit the community.
So the more engaged we are and the more involved we are with different activities and different groups besides just law enforcement, like interfaith and community awareness and activism, this channels a lot of comprehension and open doors between all of these teams so that there's better efforts made to combat these problems.
I think that interfaith relations are important because we often hear only about the extremes of each community, right? Whether it's Jewish or Muslim or Christian communities. And by virtue of shifting the focus back on those who are willing to build relationships with each other and work through the difficult moments of conflict, we create a space for that majority in the middle, for those moderates, to be louder and to overpower those voices on the extreme.
The role of every faith leader is to guide their flock away from violence and into peace, and specifically what their faith teaches about peace and how to deal with situations when two people do not agree.
We can't keep arguing to young people that an American Muslim identity is real unless we facilitate opportunities for them to actually experience this thing that's called a Muslim American identity that differentiates their experience from Muslims around the world, Muslims in history, and Muslims in the future.
We felt that there must be some synergy between the law enforcement and the Muslim community. And we took some initiatives, but the response was great. And we started in different modalities, having regular meetings with the Sheriff Department and with the LAPD.
In the social science arena, we say, as Los Angeles goes, so goes California, and as California goes, so goes the nation.
The leadership from the very top have made the initiative to reach out to the Muslim community, to get to know us, and to involve us in the process of securing our communities.
When the LAPD implemented the suspicious activity reporting process, there was huge public outcry. And it was only through engagement with community groups and civil rights organizations, along with law enforcement, that we were able to turn a corner.
When Chief Downing presented the STAR program to us, we met with him along with other civil rights groups and said, we need 5 changes in the program. He took those requests, went to LAPD, came back, and we were able to reform SARS so that not only is it adhering to the civil liberties standards of our country, but it became more effective.
As long as we're talking to each other, things will happen. We can change the narratives.
The role of the U.S. Attorney's Office in the community engagement process is really one of support for our local partners, being the LAPD, the LA County Sheriffs, and the LA Human Rights Commission, who for years have been on the ground establishing relationships with the community based on trust and communication.
When we talk to each other, when we act together, we break down the barriers that separate us. We find common purpose, common campaigns, and in the end, we find our common humanity.
After the shooting in Wisconsin in the Sikh Gurdwara, where 6 Sikhs were murdered by a white supremacist, we didn't have to go to LAPD to say, can you please help watch the Gurdwaras? Can you please help keep an eye on members of our community and keep an ear out in case there's any copycats or repercussions from that? They came to us, they called us. They called several members of the Sikh community, me in particular, to make sure that we were doing okay. Now, this type of policing creates an image and creates a concept and creates an ideal in the communities they serve that you are working together with the police department, that they are concerned about your welfare. And this is something that the whole country could learn from LAPD.
If we take Los Angeles as the model, which it is, I'd like to see it spilling out Los Angeles as fast as we can.
So this is our mission. We're in this particular part of town. Our objective is to revive, renew, restore everything that's good, including mercy, compassion. We want to revive peace.